This morning on DC News Now, it's a quiet start back here locally, but we're keeping an eye on now Hurricane Ian officially become a hurricane as of the 5 o'clock hour. But I'll have more details and a look at the track of Ian coming up.
All right, also happening this morning, lending a helping hand. How crews from our backyard are prepping for Hurricane Ian to make landfall in Florida.
Plus, pets rescued from Puerto Rico. How local organizations are stepping up to help dozens of cats and dogs as another hurricane makes its way towards U.S. soil this morning. All right, your time right now is 6 o'clock on a Monday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Tanaya Wright.
And I am Joseph Olmo filling in for our friend Corey James. It is a mild morning here in the DMV, but the tropics are heating up this morning. Let's bring meteorologist Jackie Layer in on the conversation. Jackie, you are tracking what is now Hurricane Ian. When is Ian first expected to make landfall? Where is it right now?
Well, right now, Hurricane Ian is now in the Caribbean at this point in time, and it's right now a Category 1 storm, but it will eventually strengthen as it moves closer towards Cuba, or at least the westernmost parts of Cuba, within the next 24 to 48 hours. Then beyond that, as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, those waters are very warm this time of the year. We're talking ocean water temperatures, 84, 85 degrees. That's almost like a hot tub, and that just will be the fuel needed for Hurricane Ian to likely become a major hurricane. We're looking at a Category 4 storm as we look ahead towards, say, the next several days. So for the middle of the week, likely becoming that major hurricane. So as I put this into motion, just to show you the track, Ian moving across Cuba, or at least the western parts of Cuba, as we look ahead towards early tomorrow morning as a Category 3 storm. So once you get Category 3 status, that's at least a major hurricane. Then Category 4 status as it moves over the Gulf, and then eventually turning its way a little bit farther off towards the north-northeast. So really anywhere along parts of the western coastline of Florida should be on alert. I already know that they do have hurricane watches in effect for the Tampa Bay area, but also up towards the Florida Panhandle, that storm will still be impacting parts of the Panhandle, even if it doesn't make landfall across the Panhandle as we look ahead towards the end of the week. So we're looking at early Friday morning. It will eventually weaken to a Category 1 storm. It is expected to weaken as it moves over land, even as we get towards early Saturday morning. So notice as it moves across Georgia and eventually into South Carolina, it will continue to weaken. However, we could likely see the remnants of Ian back here locally as we look ahead towards the weekend. So it will be a very weak system by the time it reaches us. It will likely just be rain showers associated with the remnants of Ian back here locally towards the weekend. But radar out there right now, it is all clear. It's quiet out there to kick off your Monday morning commute. We did have a cold front swing through yesterday. That's the reason why we did see a few of those showers become some strong and severe thunderstorms. And now that cold front has pushed its way out. We're tracking mainly dry conditions out there right now. Could see a chance for maybe a spot shower or two back off towards the north and west later on today. But temperatures out there right now as you're stepping out the door, 50s to low 60s, 61 in D.C., into the 50s across much of the Commonwealth to kick off your Monday morning. Those winds are relatively light out there, but we'll eventually notice those winds will be picking up later on today. But I'll certainly have more details and look at it towards the rest of that 7 day coming up. Guys?
All right, thank you, Jackie. This morning, Virginia Task Force 1 is on the ground in Florida. They arrived there Sunday morning and will start their planning today.
Yeah, the team is made up of Fairfax County Fire and Rescue. They will support FEMA's response to Hurricane Ian. That is expected to make landfall in Florida later this week, as Jackie was talking about.
Pretty much hunker down and, cross our fingers.
Just make sure I'm self-sufficient for a while, because I know electricity is going to go out, and I'll be fine.
And Florida Governor Ron Desantis has already declared a state of emergency. He is urging people in Florida to prepare for the heavy rains, high winds, and rising seas. Now, again, Ian has officially strengthened into a hurricane as of about 5 o'clock this morning. Floridians are being asked to have a hurricane plan in place. All right, well, new this morning, more than 24 animals saved from Puerto Rico after Hurricane Fiona. Well, they are now right here in the DMV.
There's always a silver lining. That is right. It is a mix of dogs and cats. And after a very long journey, they arrived in our backyard yesterday. Our Lex Juarez is live in Arlington where they were dropped off. Lex, good morning.
Good morning, Joseph and Janaya. Yeah, that's right. About 30 animals were dropped off right here in this parking lot in front of the Dogma Dog Bakery just yesterday. It took them several days to get here. Those animals were traveling from Calle, Puerto Rico, one of the spots that was hardest hit by Hurricane Fiona. The facility that they were staying in had no running water or electricity. Lucky Dog Animal Rescue right here in Arlington partnered with the Puerto Rico Alliance for Companion Animals to get the dogs and cats here so that they could have a safe loving home. Now, of course, as those animals arrived, animal lovers were here, happy to provide snuggles and comfort when those pets arrived. Now, you may be wondering, how exactly can you help? Well, there will be a adoption event hosted by Lucky Dogs. That will be happening on Saturday from 1 to 5. That's happening at the Centro Arlington on George Mason Drive. On top of that, if you can't adopt an animal, you can, or foster an animal, they are asking people for donations or to volunteer their time. Live in Arlington, I'm Lex Suarez, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Lex. And this morning, hundreds of thousands of people are still in the dark in Canada after Hurricane Fiona hit Saturday. Utility companies say it could be days before the lights are back on there. That storm killed one woman who was swept away into the sea. Meantime, in Puerto Rico, things are starting to improve a bit, as about 45% of the island is still in the dark. 20% of people there are still without water. And this morning, members of Maryland's Task Force 1 are back home after being deployed Tuesday to Puerto Rico. Crews from Montgomery, Prince George's, and Howard counties returned early Sunday morning. Now, the team encountered mudslides, washed out roads, and even communications issues after the significant flooding on the island. All right, your time right now is 6:05. We do want to go to Shanika now this morning with a check on the roads. Good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya. Thank you. Well, we were looking at this crash all morning, monitoring the situation on 95 headed southbound right near Dale Boulevard. That crash is now a thing of the past. It's gone and it's out of the way, so you're flowing pretty freely. And let's flip over to the maps to see the rest of what is happening out there. 66 headed east. Just watch. We do have something going on there, and it is right near Sudley Road. You can see how slow you are, but it's not too bad. You're probably going to just tap your brakes, and that's it. The rest of 66 is okay. Over to Maryland, near Georgia Avenue, that topside inner and outer loop stretch is okay for now. As time goes on, though, probably near the 7 o'clock hour, you're going to start to see traffic volume build in this area. 95 north and southbound, clear. 270 still clear, and Maryland 200 is looking all good. All right, over to you guys.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is coming up on 6:07. Breaking now. Police are investigating this morning after an Uber driver was carjacked at gunpoint in Prince George's County. Our contributor Larry Calhoun of DC Real-Time News reports that this all happened along Bennington Drive in Kettering at about 10 o'clock last night. Now, that same report says the Uber driver had his car taken by two people with guns. Again, details are still limited this morning. We will, of course, bring you the very latest information when it comes into our newsroom.
Well, also developing this morning, the boxing community in Washington, D.C. is mourning the loss of a popular trainer who was shot and killed in Southeast over the weekend. D.C. News Now's Daniel Hamburg spoke with a father and a son who trained with this man for more than a decade.
Well, Buddy Harrison was the owner at Old School Boxing here in Hillcrest Heights, Maryland. He was a fixture in the boxing world, and he helped improve the lives of not just the people in the ring, but those outside of it.
Buddy he was a good person. I mean, every time you see him, you got jokes. You always had jokes for you.
Don Hollingsworth Sr. and his son Don Hollingsworth Jr. have been training with Buddy Harrison on and off for the last 13 years.
My dad's always been my coach, but whenever I came up here, if I needed something, he'll call my dad and be like, hey, I got your son. Whatever y'all need, I got him.
Buddy trained fighters in the ring, but outside of it,
he was doing stuff for, just getting shoes for homeless people, doing these different things. So it's
a loss to them.
It's a law. It takes a toll. This may take a toll. This may take a huge toll.
Helping those less fortunate and keeping kids out of trouble.
He would hound his fighters. Stay on, even if you wasn't fighting on the next tournament, he would stay on you. Stay on you. Like, all right, hey, I ain't seen you at the gym. Everything is all right, or he'll pop at your house. You okay? What's going on?
Buddy Harrison trained his son Dusty Hernandez Harrison too. Dusty was set to make his return to the ring as the headliner next Saturday at the Beltway Battles boxing event.
He always tells me, man, you're welcome. Even if you want to train here, you can train here. And I was like, man, thank you, buddy. I said, but your son already brought me to his gym, because he invited me to his gym, so I was just appreciated that he brought me into his gym. And I was like, nah, I stay where I'm at, buddy.
Police are asking the public to be on the lookout for this white Kia Optima with Ohio plates believed to be involved in Buddy's death.
I feel for the kids that's going to lose them. Yeah.
And that was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. Daniel, thank you. D.C. police are offering up to $25,000 for any information that leads to an arrest in this case. Right now, they believe that there are at least 3 suspects behind the crime. All right, we're talking your schools this morning, specifically in Virginia, where students across the Commonwealth are planning to stage walkouts on their campuses tomorrow, all of it in response to new policies that they say are restricting the rights of transgender students. The Pride Liberation Project is leading the charge. Right now, students at more than 100 schools across Virginia are planning to walk out tomorrow throughout the entire school day. The controversial new policy here at play allows parents complete control over which name and which gender pronouns their child uses at school. We'll, of course, be following those walkouts and bring you more information as they're happening tomorrow. Well, new this morning, any idea where President Biden stands ahead of the 2024 presidential election? Apparently, not too good. A new poll shows most Democrats want a different candidate in 2024. The ABC News Washington Post poll shows just 35% of Democrats want President Biden to run again. Meanwhile, 56% of Democrats say that they want the party to choose a different nominee for president in 2024. 9% said they just don't have an opinion on it. All right, now to the latest on Russia. Countries across the EU are split on what to do next after Vladimir Putin's announcement last week to mobilize hundreds of thousands of troops. European nations now question whether they should even grant safe haven to the large amount of fighting-age men who are fleeing Russia right now by the thousands. Anti-war protests have broken out across the country. Many women are calling this war a genocide. At least 2,000 people have been arrested since Russia mobilized last week. Ukraine believes this is a sign of weakness. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said this all shows the Russian army is no longer able to fight with Ukraine. And also this morning, Vice President Kamala Harris is traveling to Asia, where she will attend a memorial honoring former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who we all know earlier this year was assassinated. The trip comes with controversy as U.S. allies seek clarity over whether President Biden will send troops to defend Taiwan from a Chinese invasion. There's also the potential for some friction with North Korea, which tested a fire missile shortly before Harris departed Washington.